whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
The truth about Mexican, black, white man, dog, we gotta stick together, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've befriended and did business with each other throughout the years, man, throughout history. And the higher ups always get in the way of that, so we don't come together and take their spot. That's what it is. I know a lot of y'all don't watch a lot of movies or a lot of TV shows, a lot of cartoons, man, but I watch it all, man, because I'm so bored at work. It's a anime called One Piece. You got Game of Thrones. You got, you name it. Anytime factions get together, they mix in whether they want to or not to fight the greater evil. For the greater good. I use Game of Thrones first. You had the Dothraki come over. When the North helped them, which there were a lot of different races within those factions, but they came together and they took down the Lannisters. That's what they're afraid of. You got One Piece where you got a bunch of different races in a cartoon, man, to where they're all coming together as pirates to take down something bigger than what they are. And this is what I'm getting at with whites, blacks, and Mexicans. Like, color don't mean anything. Because at the top, they're all together. They're all making money together. Obama is part of that to add on. You got, what's that lady? Is her name AOC? Like, they're at the top together. Green is all they see, man. And they want to keep us separated. They talk behind the scenes. They talk about how dumb we are. They talk about how it's easy to separate us. And when I speak about white, Italian, Irish, Scottish, all of that goes in there. We have to stop fighting, and we don't even necessarily have to unify on some kumbaya stuff. It's just like in Rome and ancient Egypt, like, we did business together. We were able to make it on our own without the help of government. Like, yeah, there was government, but we did our own thing together as a collective. Like, even in the ghetto, people just think it's black people in most ghettos. No, man, there's white people, there's Mexicans, getting along together, especially where I'm from. What is going on outside? I'm from Michigan, and we, like I said, in a lot of our ghettos, except for the east side or something, where it is mostly black people. I'm from Southwest, so it was, when I was growing up in the 90s, there was Mexicans and whites, in my neighborhood. Italians, a lot of Polish. You know what I mean? And we all collectively came together, for the simple stuff, toilet tissue, VHS tapes. When everybody just put in, we were one community, man. Everybody got along with everybody, and they don't want that, because when everybody starts getting along with each other, we help each other out. We're building. This person gets here, then this person gets here, then this person gets here, and then we take over their spots. We become officials, and we know the struggle, and we know where other people came from, so we're able to give a chance. I give a good story about a good friend of mine and his father and his father's friend and their friend. I was able to get jobs through a lot of white people and Mexicans because of, just because I had a good word from friends and their sons, and they put me over. Some of them put me over their sons, Mexican, white. Race didn't matter. Just was we need somebody that could just do the job. And like I said, the division that the higher ups are causing, I ain't even necessarily just gonna say the government. I'm gonna just say the higher ups. They want us to remain separate so we could never use. You know what? I'm put it this way. They want us to be separate so we can't see that we're better than them. There's a lot of us that's more intelligent. There's a lot of us that's more creative. There's a lot of us that can make money and know how to make money and knows how things work better than they do. Look at them when they're in, and I'm back to the government and senators and stuff like that. Look at them when they're in the House, when they're doing House of Representative stuff, and you can see things on TV but they're slow. They're not bright. They can't tell you half of the things that your friends or I have a friend named Terrell who's super intelligent, man. He beat all of them in debates, man, and he could debate on just about anything. He can speak different languages. He knows more stuff than they do, and they don't want us to know that, and they don't want us to realize that, man. Even it was a scene in the movie 12 Years a Slave where he was trying to teach them a better way to get certain supplies across the water, and then it was just a guy who just hated black people that was just trying to hate on the idea, but his slave master liked the idea. He used it, but he still didn't want him freed. Like, it just is this weird little thing that they got us all fighting each other for. Like, I didn't know it was Mexicans that hated black people that much. Like I said, growing up in Michigan in the 90s in Southwest, like, the Mexicans I dated, a Mexican was my basically my first girlfriend, the first girl I was in love with. Jesus Christ. Cars just flying down. There's kids on this block. But anyway, first girlfriend that I had that I loved was a Mexican girl. You know what I mean? Like, because it was a hop, skip, jump away from my neighborhood. So, when I started seeing TV and I started traveling, like in Texas, it was a lot of division. In California, it was a lot of division with, and I get it because of the gangs there. But like in other places I went to, I'm like, why don't the Latin people not mess with the black? It's like half of y'all is darker than I am. But I will say, the Dominicans used to always say, I know Black Poppy. They did used to say that in Michigan. Like, the Dominicans did not want to be black at all. That is one thing I can say. And the Venezuelans was kind of standoffish. But other than that, like I said, it was really no racism or craziness with, blacks. Like, we pretty much got along here when I was growing up. I don't know how it is out there now. But yeah, man, like, we get together, magic happens, man. Like I said, look at what did you have in Rome? Like, some Italians. You had the Moors, I think. I don't know if the Ethiopians went there. I can't remember. I would have to look it up. But they used to call most of the black people or the Ethiopians. And I think that was the Moors, though. The Moors was doing trades over there. Italians, French. It's another race that's considered Roman. I forget. But, you had them all mixed in and doing, like, they would have you think America is the first place where so many races bunched up together. And the continent of Africa is the most diverse, place in the world. So it's like, that's how they fool us. Like, and part of it is one race always wants to dominate the others. Like, okay, we all doing good, but we want to be above. We want to be the ones. And we have to stop that, man. Like I said, if you go to these shows, man, it shows you what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even going back to Game of Thrones, like, when Daenerys and all of them took over, she wanted to be a tyrant. It's like, no, we have to, like, spread this equally. That's why Sansa kept saying, what about the North? I want us to be free of that rule. She wasn't going for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I want to rule over all y'all. And that's what we have to stop, man. We have to be fair to one another, man. Like I said, I've grown up with all different kind of races of people. I have different races of people in my family. My best friend is white. He's my brother. Like, it don't make sense for us to be fighting where we don't have anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense for us to be fighting when we don't even have anything to be fighting over, man. Like, this is stupid. This is what, like, all these TV shows are trying to show us, and we're not looking to it. It's crazy that we got new white supremacist groups breaking out of nowhere. And I get it. It's because they feel like they're not being heard. They're not getting the middle. Jesus Christ, what is it called? When you're in the middle getting paid 12 hours, by the way, once again. You know what I'm saying? They're not living that like how Ford workers and Chrysler workers used to be. Middle class, Jesus. They're not living that middle class lifestyle where they're promised like a wife and a F-150 and a boat. That was the promise that, my grandfather got and my father had got. Like, but my generation, we're not getting that. Like, they're just telling us to go to work and be happy about it. No woman, no happiness, no real money. Just go there and be happy. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm talking to y'all about it. And we got to figure this out. Otherwise, they're going to keep winning. Like, what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep feeding into the plans and thinking one official is above everything and he's controlling the whole country. That's not true. We all know that. We think it's one person running the world. It's not. I said, man, like, this picture that I'm showing you was a group back in the day, man, comprised of mostly Latin and a black group, and it's like they got separated. You know, when they could have made it big together. That's what they do, man. They got separated by a little hat. Not saying that they're all bad. I'm just saying that's what it was. It was just a division. You know, the little hat. We gonna run everything, and we gonna pick out of y'all who we want to come up, and we gonna lead the rest of y'all back. Like we can't let them divide us, man. You know, united we stand. You know what I'm saying? Divided we fall. That's all it is to it, man. That's really all it is to this video. That's all I want to say. Like, we have to, racism is not going to be stopped in a day. I know that, I'm not stupid, but if you could find certain people that think this way, man, it's for the greater good. Find them, stick with them, and just try to figure this out, man. That's it. And don't be a nigga, man.